Honeydue is a budgeting app designed specifically for couples. I have been testing it out. I'm going to give you an overall review of the app as well as my honest opinion at the end. Hey there, I'm Brittany Flammer, a certified financial coach and the creator of Financial Fitness. One of the best things about Honeydue is that it is completely free, and there are not a lot of apps that can still say that. One of the biggest cons, for me anyway, is that there is no web or desktop version. You can only use it on the app. If that is a deterrent for you, check out, I've got a video somewhere up here on the best budgeting apps, as well as I'll put a link in the comments or the description box down below, a cheat sheet comparing a bunch of the most popular budgeting apps. Honeydue has, when you open up the app, they have default tabs. You can customize this. They have a bunch of additional features that are not set to default. I'm going to show you at the end how you can customize what you see on your dashboard. But first, I'm going to go through all of their different features or tabs. Starting with the activity tab. When you first get started, this is going to prompt you to invite your partner. It's designed for couples or for partners. So you just have to type in the email address of your partner and they will send an invite to your partner for them to download the app, and then you will share it. Once you have added a partner, it is going to show you your recent activity, different transactions, and any chats or comments or reactions you and your partner have had will be shown right there. Moving on to the balances tab. Now this is going to show you the balance for all of your accounts that you have linked in Honeydue. You can toggle between individual accounts, so you can look at just your accounts, or you can look at all of your accounts. They have several different categories. They've got cash and checking. They have cards, meaning credit cards. They've got savings and investments. They've got loans, and then they've got other. So it's going to show you the balance for each of those categories. But then if you click on it, it is going to show you all of the different accounts that are linked and the balance for the individual accounts. The chat feature is essentially where you are messaging your partner. It's a secure place to message about specific transactions. So if you have a question on why this bill was higher than you expected or why the refund was so high, whatever, you can message back and forth about specific transactions. In the budget tab, you can toggle between your spending, your earnings, and your transfers. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna talk about spending because that's easier. At the very top, there are several charts you can swipe through. The first chart is going to show you your spending by category for the month. So it's gonna show you this month that we're currently in and how much you've spent by each category. The second chart is going to show you the spending, the amount you've spent by different days of the month. And the third chart is going to show you your dollar amount spent, how that compares to last month. With all of these, you can filter by different dates or different accounts. Down below the charts are your transactions. Now, if you click on any transactions, you can recategorize it to a different category. You can message your partner about it, add a comment. You can add a bill reminder for it. If you want to add a category, in the top right, you click add, and you can type the category name, whatever you want it to be, and you have to choose whether it's a spending or if it's earnings or if it's a transfer. When you do that, you can choose the icon, you can choose the color to help customize. If you want to change the category, there are several steps you have to do. You have to click on the transactions, and then you have to click change for the category, and then you choose the category. So it's not as easy or quite as intuitive as some budgeting apps. Inside the banks tab is going to show you the different banks or financial institutions that you're linked to. You can add more in the top right, just click the add button, and you can add a manual one, or you can link it and have it automatically imported the transactions. If you want to make changes, you just click on the bank and you can choose here whether you can rename it something, give it a different nickname. You can choose whether it's what category, if you want it to be in a cash or checking account, or if you want it to be credit card. And you can choose whether it belongs to you, your partner, or if it's joint. And then you can choose what your partner sees. Your partner can see everything, just the balance, or nothing. So you can hide stuff, I guess, from your partners, how you would say that. You can also choose between a few different currencies. So that's how you edit, that's how you add banks. In the bill section, it will show you when you open it up, it is a calendar of the current month. The big red circle is today's date. The little red dot is when you have a bill due. Now you can toggle to previous or to future months. Below the calendar, it is going to show you your bills due by weeks. It's going to show you a week at a time, and if you click on it, it will expand to show you all of the bills due that week. If you click back on it, it will close them and hide them. The top right, you can go ahead and add a bill. You can manually enter in any bills. You name them whatever you want. You can choose how often it repeats, whether it's weekly, monthly. You can choose the next due date. You can choose who is going to notify you, your partner, both of you. You can also set up notification reminders so it can notify you 3 days before a bill is due so that you don't forget to pay it. The split expenses tab is not what you think. If you're like me, I clicked on it thinking that would be where I split transactions. So I shopped at Walmart and I bought food, but I also bought clothes, and I can split it. Some goes to food, some goes to clothing. That's not what it's for. The split expenses is for when you and your partner are splitting an expense. So let's say you pay rent and then they are paying you for the rent. So you pay $1,000 for the rent, they owe you $500 for the rent. This is where you would track it. You can see all of your split expenses. If you add one, you can type what it is. So let's say I've got rent is due. I'll add that, and then the amount. We're gonna say $500. And I've got up here, my partner owes me, or I can toggle between I owe my partner. So let's say I paid $1,000 and my partner owes me $500. I'm automatically going to save that. And now it's gonna show you how much you owe your partner and how much your partner owes you at any given time. If you have set up any notifications for reminders for bills, you can see that in the notifications tab. You also can click on settings and toggle on or off different notification settings. The transactions tab is going to show you your most recent transactions at the top. You can filter by dates, different accounts, or you can search for a specific transaction. If you want to make edits to a transaction, you just click on it and it will let you change the category. You can split the expense between you and your partner. You can also send that transaction with comments to your partner. You send a chat to them. You also can assign it to multiple categories, which in my brain, that means splitting a transaction. So if you're at Walmart and buy clothing and groceries, you can add it to multiple categories inside the transaction. And you can also create a bill reminder. Now, down at the bottom, if you open up the section titled More, it's going to show you all of the different features and tabs that are not shown on your display. Inside of settings, you can do a lot of things. You can change your currency, you can adjust your notification, but this is where you change your navigation tab. So if you click on More, open up settings, and then go to navigation tabs. This is where you can choose what tabs you see when you open up the app. Honeydue allows you to view 4 tabs at once. 2 of them are default. By default, activity and balances will always show up on your screen. So you can adjust the second 2 to whatever you want. If there's one you want, say you want bills, you click the 3 lines and drag it up. And you can drag it to the order you want. Maybe you want the chat feature, you can drag it up. Whatever features you want, you drag up. The others you'll be able to access when you click More. My honest opinion of Honeydue after using it, I really don't like that there's no web or desktop version because that's important to me. I also don't think it is extremely intuitive. It's not nearly as intuitive or user-friendly as some of the other budgeting apps out there, but it is completely free. It's one of the few apps that you can link to accounts and you can do budgeting completely for free. If you're interested in seeing all of the other budgeting apps, check out my video about the best budgeting apps right up there, or snag my cheat sheet comparing all of the popular budgeting apps to each other. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.